van. You look so sad.
You're going to Grandma's. Chill out. You left Grandma's. Why you look like you're being sent to the gallows?
I can't see shit. First, we're dropping off the dog. And then to Atlanta.
You send me that picture. I want to see.
The snake?
Yeah. He's some kind of silverback. They said they're supposed to.
My tire pressure light came on. And the perks of dating a service top will never cease. All right, we are on the way to Atlanta. We just dropped off our dog at my parents' house. And my girlfriend just filled up my tires because my tire pressure light came on.
Hot as balls.
They say hot as balls. And I think you are.
Gross.
So we're on our way to Atlanta Comic Con. And we're going to see how this goes. It is, I think, supposed to be like 3.5 hours down there. But it's Atlanta. So we'll see how that goes. We're going to listen to our playlist of absolute fuckery and hope I don't die. Okay, so we just spent half an hour trying to find the loading deck we're supposed to be at, and there are no signs, and nobody seems to know what's going on. And this is, I think, the most poorly organized thing I've ever been to, which says a lot. Because, oh boy, we drove in circles for like half an hour trying to find this, like, specific place that we're supposed to be or whatever. Hold on. I don't think we can go. Okay. Is she telling me to?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, please. After like 45 minutes, we've parked at the loading back and we found where we're supposed to be. And now we're going to go inside and get registered and find our fucking table. This is not off to a good start. I don't think you can see it. There's a TARDIS in there. Oh. Okay, those are cool. Those are fun. So I imagine maybe we're somewhere in there. H is right here. Good pick. We are all the way on the other side, so we might want to go around that way. But yes, we're 4. We're here. We're here. This is us. Look at my ghost. Ghost.
Free me.
It is almost 9 o'clock, so we have to go. But this is the like skeleton of it. I forgot my sign. Like a dumbass. So we're rocking the stupid paperboard thing. So yay. I am so sweaty and so aggravated at this fucking parking situation still. I was talking to my neighbors because they just got here and like we were both bitching about it. And it's fine. And I'm gonna be fine. And it's gonna be fine. And it's gonna be fine. And here's my girlfriend. Oh my god, it's a room tour. It's not exciting. You got the door. You got the window. You got the bed. And a single nightstand. You got a desk, a TV, fridge and microwave. And then again, this is the bathroom area. And that is the actual bathroom where my girlfriend is. I know I'm really sweaty. I'm so sorry. I feel disgusting. I probably smell really disgusting. It's really humid and I've been sweating a lot. So love that for me. I'm glad smell-o-vision doesn't exist yet. We are in Atlanta for Atlanta Comic Con. This is my very first show that I've ever done in Atlanta, and obviously it's my first time doing Atlanta Comic Con. So I am a little worried about how this show is going to go. I have heard from people online that this is not a great show. They don't do a lot of advertising, and I can attest to that. We drove around today downtown a bunch to try to figure out where the heck we were supposed to go, and they had like no signs, no advertising for anything, and no signs for vendors either to like tell us where to go, which was great. I love that for us.
We do need to leave.
Like right now?
There's a Walmart 2.6 miles away, but it closes
Oh, okay. And we're back. Sorry, we had to run to Walmart because they were closing at 11 and it was like we were going to get there at like 10. So we got everything inside. We did eat a gremlin dinner. We had some clearance potato salad and I had some snacks. It's not a nutritious dinner, but you know, I am fed and that's all that matters. We were not given any sort of instructions about like what to do. Typically, at least in my experience, we get some sort of email or several emails about like where we're supposed to go. Hello. Gotta say though, convention is not off to a great start. The general consensus online seems to be that like the people who are running the event do not really care about actually advertising the event and like pushing it out to people who would be interested in attending. And they mostly just want like vendors to pay for the fees and everything. I can't speak to that. I don't know if that's true or not. I don't know. I don't know if I will find that information out, but I can say that this is the most disorganized show I have ever done in my goddamn life. And I've been doing shows for like 2 years now. And I think this is definitely the worst as far as like communication and organization go by miles. Miles, 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 miles. For starters, we didn't get any sort of email after the like initial acceptance email about like what we need to be doing. We didn't get any information about like setup times, parking, anything like that, things you might want to know. Nothing. We have no way of contacting staff and the people that are running the event. So like I guess if you need to get in touch with them and you're not physically there, you're shit out of luck. We got one email that was like, hey, if you want to buy electric, you can go to this portal here. And it turns out that portal also had all the information for load in and where to park for loading in and like what zones and things you need to be in and all of that, which was not communicated to us. And I found on accident. And that email did not even have any information about like where to go or what to do and like how to find stuff. It had a couple like lines about like you can go to this gate between these hours and you can go to this gate between these hours. It also took us an hour to find the right loading dock. And my girlfriend had to get out of the car and talk to several different people. We drove around probably for a good like 30-ish minutes in circles.
I talked to the delivery person. He was really cool. He was like, I'll flag down the security guard in there. Flagged him down, and the security guard came out and told me where I needed.
Yeah. So my girlfriend had to get out and talk to people who were helpful, but I don't know why we had to do this runabout thing. And then we finally get to the loading dock where we need to be, and of course it's like closed. It's like gated off and stuff. There were two that were open, but one of them closed at I think it was like 6, and we got there at like at this point it was like almost 7 because of all of the driving around we had to do. And then when we get there, my girlfriend got out and walked over to ask one of the attendants that was there like, hey, is this where we need to be? We're trying to set up for this show, blah, 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 blah. And then inside, we were trying to figure out where the like table registration was to go get our passes and like, you know, get all situated and everything. And yeah, that was another fucking shit show. Again, no signs, no nothing. Had to ask more people like, hey, we were told to come over here and like this is not where the registration is. Help. And we finally found it and it was okay. But after we like checked in, it was literally just like, okay, here's your passes. Have a good day. And that was it. No information about like what times the show is, when to be there, anything like that. Nothing about like where we park tomorrow. Just absolutely nothing. I've never had a bad check-in experience when it comes to like any sort of event that I've ever done, but like holy shit, I just walked up to this table and they handed me a badge and we're like, "Bye." Which has never happened before. Girlfriend has added, and I would like to also add on as well, that everybody in the like actual building staff who works at the Georgia World Congress Center has been really nice. Everybody's been really nice and really helpful and really sweet. And like we've had very good interactions with them and they've all been as helpful as they can be. Not the organizers. The people who are actually organizing the show and running the show, terrible. They were the people at like the check-in booth, I think, who were like absolutely no help at all. The people that are like catty cornered behind us on the other side, we were talking to them because one of the people was asking us about like if we'd heard anything about parking or like what to do. And like we were kind of talking a little bit. And yeah, it sounds like they're kind of giving everybody the runaround and that like nobody really has any idea what's going on, which is not great. And I don't love that. But there's nothing I can do because I'm here and it's non-refundable. So there are also 4 other crochet people that we have seen thus far that actually have like crochet in their business name from walking around the artist alley. The artist alley is also huge, which I was not expecting. I don't know what I was thinking. I guess I wasn't thinking about it. I don't know. I could not remember if this was juried or not. I do think I had to submit some sort of application where like I had to provide like pictures and like my socials and things like that. But I don't know. I was looking at some of the other people that are here, and it seems like there's a lot of overlap between the 5 of us, which I think is kind of crazy. I know the artist alley is really big, but like there are so many crocheters out there that I feel like it's a little crazy to pick people that are all kind of in the same niche. I don't know. I mean, like I know it's a Comic Con, but like come on now, you know? So I'm interested to see how that goes.
You know what? The niche is like Comic Con relevant stuff. It's like spooky, like horror type stuff. Like it's not even Comic Con relevant stuff.
People who make lots of clown stuff, people with possums, people with cryptids, which like I know again is its own thing. And like I know I'm not the only person in the world who makes all those things together. But like to have, I know at least 3 out of the 5 of us, I think 4 out of the 5 of us, if I'm including myself, 4 out of the 5 people making like Mothmen and possums and stuff like that, and not like Pokemon and Pokeballs and Kirby's and, you know, stuff like that. It's just really strange. Also, I will say that we personally, I think, are a little bit spaced out from the other crochet booths, but there are 2 that are literally like 4 tables apart from each other on the same row and everything. Again, those were only the people that I saw that actually have like crochet in the banner name, like if their business name that they registered with. Seems interesting. Seems it is. It seems like it is.
Gossip to the internet. Your sins live online forever.
Girlfriend just brought up a good point. So our booth neighbors, which like shout out to y'all. I love y'all for several reasons. Mostly because you weren't here and I could use your table for setup because I needed to spread out because I am messy. But they showed up literally at like 9 o'clock. And I'm not exactly sure where they were traveling in from. I know they were traveling in, but I don't know where they were traveling in from. And we could set up today from noon to 9. They showed up like at 9 o'clock because they told me they spent like 2 hours looking for the parking stuff. And so we like stood there and chatted a little bit about like what a pain in the ass it was to find the parking and like just how nasty that people were being treated for trying to figure out where the heck they were and like trying to get into this like loading dock and stuff like that. And as we were walking out, there were still cars pulling in the loading dock and there was still like a queue of cars waiting to get in the loading dock to unload their stuff, and there were cars pulling in to start unloading at 9 o'clock because there were no signs and there was nothing that people could do about like where they needed to go, and like people couldn't find where they needed to be. I don't know whether or not people actually ended up getting their stuff set up. You can go back and start setting up tomorrow at 7. I think you can access the loading dock from 7 to 11 tomorrow, and then the show starts at 12. So like I really hope people get in there and like have enough time to set everything up, because there are a lot of booths that are empty. A lot of booths, a lot of artist alley tables that are very empty. So I'm a little concerned, but I don't know. Our booth neighbors seem really nice. We have everything figured out for tomorrow. We know where we're supposed to go. We kind of know where we can park. We're gonna figure it out more tomorrow, but we think we know where we can park tomorrow, so I guess we'll figure that out. Girlfriend's going to continue to bully people to get information. Once again, perks of dating a service stop: you don't have to talk to random strangers.
I'd like to clarify by bully, I mean ask politely.
It's not actually bullying. It's really not. I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye. It's officially day 1, people. We are heading back to the World Congress Center. We still have a bunch of setting up to do. I finished some stuff last night / this morning, and then we didn't put out any of the plushies yesterday just because we like didn't have the time. So hopefully today the plan is that we are going to get there, take the wagon inside with a trip of like everything that we need to bring in, and then we will park the car somewhere. Technically, I think you can use the loading dock until like 11 today, but I'm not entirely sure if I want to fool with that. So we're going to see how busy it is and if we feel like dealing with that. And if we don't, then we'll just like walk across the street. It'll be fine. But my girlfriend is getting the bracelets, and then we are going to go. We're done. Here we are. I forgot my sign at home, and I can't believe I did that. But we're just using the little sign that they gave us on the table, and like, it's gonna be what it is. I'm not happy about it, but whatever. But yeah, this is the table. I put the pride flag out instead. I'm used to having 2, but like I only have the 1 because it's all the space I have. So we have 3 trays of candy bracelets this time. And then I did the frogs on either side. Since this is a new setup for me, I'm still trying to like workshop the front of it here. So I'm thinking this looks a lot better. I'm hoping, at least. I don't know. We'll see. But we've still got the bandanas, keychains, and bucket hats on the sides. And then we've got, I just put Leashy there because he's awkward, and Llama because he's awkward. But we've got actual 6 cube across set up this time. I think it's a pretty okay, like, selection of things. I don't know. I'm anxious about it, but like, it is what it is. So, doors open, I think, in like 10-ish minutes. So, we're gonna vend, and we're gonna see how it goes. Today is Friday, which is the first day. So, yay!
I don't look like garbage today. As much.
This is wrong. They are beautiful always. Right? Correct? I love you, and you're beautiful. So technically, we are open. And yes, I brought my microphone thingy. So,
Not me.
and I brought my girlfriend. I think I showed you the badges yesterday. I don't know if I did, but they're boring and ugly.
Damn.
They are. And there's like a little QR code for the like exhibitor package stuff. I haven't scanned it because everything else that they have provided us has been absolutely useless. So I'm assuming so is this.
I was trying to figure out the parking today, and they said parking information would be coming soon on their website. We're open.
Love that. We got here at like 9:40-ish, I guess. Pulling in the loading dock today, absolutely no problems. Different parking attendant, super nice, super kind, super sweet. Don't know what any of that was about. It's fine. I'm kind of regretting not just waiting because that lady yesterday was not nice, but I know that if I had, I would be in tears. So I'm glad we didn't. We got everything set up, and it was a struggle to get everything out. I wanted to put out like as much as I possibly could. The only thing I ended up not putting out was chickens because there are a lot of other crochet people with the chickens. I did put out the loaf cats, even though there is the same issue of that, but like it is what it is. My girlfriend did some snooping and has information to share. So
In the artist alley, I didn't go into the booths, but in the artist alley, there are a total of 12 people with crochet items in some, 13, we count, I suppose. 13 people with crochet items. Some of those are like more wearables, headbands, coasters, that sort of thing. But like, there are 13 people with crochet.
and once again, I don't have a map. I don't know how many people are in the actual artist alley section, but yeah, most of those people have some variety of like plush stuff. There's a good chunk. Most of them do.
Some of those people sell majority other stuff, and they only have like a few crochet things. They're not like all exclusively crochet booths, but I just counted anybody with crochet stuff.
I have never done an event where there are that many other people that have crochet stuff. So it's kind of insane to me. Again, I think I mentioned this last night, but like I do think there was supposed to be some sort of like jurying process, but for there to be 13 different people with crochet stuff is kind of insane to me. I think the most that we've ever seen at one event is like 4.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is like 4 other people, I guess. Yeah, including us would be 5, but kind of insane. And I'm really anxious about it, and it's fine. It's not, but it's fine. We are open. The first 30 minutes are open for VIPs only, and so I'm expecting it to be pretty dead. And then 12:30 is when it technically opens for everybody else. So we will see. Don't know how busy today is going to be, or if tomorrow is going to be the big day. I have absolutely no idea. I don't really have a lot of thoughts to share other than the organization, the people that are running this. Still terrible, still awful, still horrible, and I'm really anxious.
I will say all the vendors seem really nice. Everybody I've talked to has been really sweet.
Yeah.
We've done some markets where the vendors are like weird and kind of mean. That hasn't been the case. Everybody seems chill.
Yeah. And all of our booth neighbors are super nice and super sweet. So it'll be at least a good like spot to hang out in for the weekend. And the other thing, they made us fucking pay for parking for the weekend. I've never had to pay for parking at an event that we were vending at. We had to pay for parking after getting a runaround about where the heck we were supposed to park in the first place and what we were supposed to do.
To be fair, we've never vended in a like giant city like Atlanta, so I don't know if that's really the convention's fault. That might be par for the course.
I don't know. Anyway, I'm mad about it. I feel like parking should have been included with my booth. I mean, even if it was the same price, I don't know. I just kind of feel like it's bullshit. Like I'm active, like I have to be here. I'm so sorry. It's fine. Can you tell I'm in a bad mood? I'm so sorry. Anyway, I'm gonna shut up. And we're gonna see if we make any sales. Anyway, goodbye. I'll update you later. Hello. It is almost 2 o'clock. So we've almost been open for like technically 2 hours, but really like an hour and a half to the general public. And I have not sold a single crochet item. We've sold several candy bracelets, which is good. We've probably made like $15-ish though. So there's that. Yeah, it's a little discouraging so far. I definitely think this is the like longest that I've gone without selling something when we've been open, for sure, which I don't really know if that's a great record that I wanted to break, but you know, it's fine. There are also even more crochet people that have showed up. A bunch of the tables ended up not getting filled, and so, or like people got there late, I guess. And yeah, there are more crochet people now. So I still don't know like exactly how many we have, but like I've seen a couple new ones pop up, and I've been asking my girlfriend like, was that one there? Like, did you see that one when you walked by and stuff? And no. So I am really stressed and feeling not well. Yay. It's 2:13 and I just sold my first crochet item of the market, and it was a dumpling. I sold something. I can go home now. I'm done. We got gifts.
Narby.
Narpy. Narpy. It's a little after 4, as you just saw. I have made a purchase. It is a Littlest Pet Shop keychain from our across the way booth neighbor. How cute is it? Oh my god! It's got, like, the clasp is a little star, and then it's got a bunch of little beads. And she's so cute! I used to make Littlest Pet Shop videos when I was growing up. It was a big hobby of mine. Kind of like where my YouTube career started, I guess, when I was like 7. But I used to make Littlest Pet Shop videos on the internet. And so I've been like looking over at their whole display and like being like, oh, I had that one, and I had this one, and I had that one. And so I went over and I decided I was going to buy one. And I had this one, and her name was Carrot for obvious reasons. But she's a little orange bunny. She's very cute. And she reminds me of the color of my girlfriend's hair. Because I'm gay. But it's also a bunny. Like me. So, anyway, I love her. We also got this really funny bumper sticker. I also got this very funny bumper sticker. We're going to put this on our cash box. So I will put the person's name here. But thank you so much. As far as how things are going, they're going bad. They're going very bad. They're going very slow. We have sold lots of candy, which is great. I think I've sold like 3 plushies. Like, not exaggerating, I've sold 3. I've sold a single dumpling. I've sold a single possum, and I sold my big-ass clown cat.
I would like to say I thought that would go first, but I think top 3 wins me some sort of prize.
I'll buy you a boba later. How about that?
Sounds great.
Yeah, it's not great. I did go talk to a couple of the like other crochet people. To like, some of them I know from like past events and things. So I went to say hi to some people, and then I met a couple new people and like introduced myself and stuff. So that was really good. Everybody's really nice and really sweet. We are about 3 hours out from being done for the day. So far, it's just been really slow. And yeah, it seems like there's too much of the crochet stuff, one might say. Hello. It's like 5:30. We have like an hour and a half before it's over. I have sold 6 plushies, and that is it. Somebody just walked by with an Alistair fursuit and then a Beetlejuice fursuit, which is so fucking cool. Okay, sorry. We had customers, but I've sold 6 plushies today. And I can't remember if I said this or not, but I went and talked to a couple other crochet people that were here. And we were all talking, and yeah, we've all heard comments today about how there are so many crochet people here. And there's so many crochet people here. I think it's hurting literally all of our sales. Hello, girlfriend. Girlfriend went to go snoop because I also heard there is a crochet dropshipper, like resell Temu person here. And so girlfriend went to go investigate. So girlfriend is nodding. Oh no. They said they did not speak to anyone, but it is very clear.
They have the like Totoros that are on the swings that I've seen in ads for like AliExpress and shit. Like, why would you pick the thing that they're using on like major advertising to try to sell as your own?
We have never had a problem with crochet like drop shippers at events that we've done. Like, I don't think have ever sold at an event with crochet drop shippers. We've sold with other drop shippers. Yes, girlfriend has reminded me. One of them did have a few crochet items that were introduced after I regularly started vending at said market. I have been gifted a tiny otter. I love it. Mystique has returned. And also, fuck. Oh, you have it. I see. We were gifted a second otter, so they are gay and in love. We have gay otters now. The camera's on the other side. Gay and in love otters.
Can you tell I'm not a content creator?
Get a life. Oh wait, you have one. That's why you're not a content creator.
I'm just gonna say we've never ever not made our booth fee back day one. Pretty bad.
Again, not another record I really want to break. But I suppose there's a first time for everything, so it's fine. So the exhibitor badges, I noted this morning, they do have a little QR code on it that says exhibitor packet. It's from last year, so it's all outdated.
Where one day we'll vlog a market we really like and we'll be positive about it.
Yeah, no, like I swear to God, I seem like I'm such a hater, and like I'm a little bit of a hater, but like not this much.
You complained a lot about Woe, but Woe wasn't bad.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad. I think I was just having a bad time because I got my expectations up. But Triad was really fun. I had a really good time at Triad. Triad was really fun.
Shrimp heaven now.
Shrimpy. It is like an hour until we're supposed to leave. Today was really long, and it's been kind of miserable. I did in fact sell one more plushie, so I've sold 7 plushies today. I've sold 2 possums, a dumpling, a great ball, a Kirby, a clown cat, and
Sir, how did you get out there?
maybe you were on the other way? I don't know.
No, I think he did. Anyway. So the problem is, with not making the booth fee back the first day, we pretty much, like clockwork, have the booth fee, no matter what it is, in like an hour or two. And I think that's because markets tend to scale themselves pretty well and like can judge the profit that their vendors will make versus what they are able to charge their vendors, right? And have it be a pretty even balance. Pretty consistently, we make the booth fee back within the same time frame, no matter what the booth fee is. And this con has failed that metric spectacularly.
I did find out from somebody, again, I don't know the details. I'm going to look into it because I'm a nosy bitch. But somebody was talking about, I guess there was like a big merger of the original con, like runners with like the new company that's running it or something, like people have been calling it, I've heard from a few people, the like FanX merger. I don't know enough about it to like speak about it right now at least, but I know that there was some merger that happened where like somebody else is running it now that was not running it before. And it sounds like that is when some of these issues have started to arise. Well, I don't know. And there are hot goth people at our booth, so I will talk to you later. Good morning. We're here for day 2. Today's Saturday, so hopefully today's the busy day, but here's the booth. It literally looks the exact same because I didn't sell that much. So the only things that I did this morning was I put out 2 more possums because I sold those. I put out 1 more pink Kirby because I sold that. And I think that's literally it. We restocked some candy and we are ready to go. Oh, and yesterday I made a couple new Pokeballs, so I put those out. So we made the Dusk Ball there, the Moon Ball, and there's a Safari Ball back there. So, and I finished the Luxury Ball. It was mostly done. I just had to sew the button on, but that's the only stuff I finished yesterday that I put out. So. You made a mess. The steak. Good morning. Too much. Too much.
No.
Hi. Hi, good morning. It is Saturday. We are officially on day 2 of Atlanta Comic Con. The hours for today's show are 10 to 7, so it's 2 hours longer than yesterday. We still had a 30-minute VIP section, but it's actually past that. We are in the general admission time now. Restocked the table a little bit. I filmed some content. I'm currently about to eat my breakfast sandwich, and then we will be good to go, I guess. I am exhausted today. I did not stay up and do anything last night. I made a Pikmin. I made this little man, but I'm keeping him back here because I don't have space for him. So I don't know why I did that, but I'm gonna work on the blue and the red ones today. I think that's really all I have to add. I am cautiously optimistic. It took us fucking forever to get into the parking lot. I think it took us longer to get into the parking lot, or just about as much time to get into the parking lot than it did to drive here. And we're staying 20-ish minutes out.
And some of them weren't vendors, so hopefully it'll be more crowded today.
There were quite a few people outside in the lobby and stuff, so they just let a big rush of people in. So I'm hoping that will translate well. I am still nervous about the number of crocheters, but nothing I can do about that. We're gonna vend and we're gonna see how it goes, and I will update you later. We have the beverage trifecta. We have coffee in the cup. We have a peach monster and water. I'm better than you. I have 3 drinks. Yeah, loser. Today's already going a lot better. It's 11 o'clock. I've made a couple sales already. I sold Pochita, and I sold one of my mini Mothmen and a pride frog. And I was given some gifts. I got this really cute little keychain thing that I put on my lanyard and I've been playing with. And I got another candy bracelet. I got this one. It's a special. And it's from Fallout. So thank you so much. I'm feeling a lot better about today so far. It's already going so much better. There's a lot more people in here. Everybody's really nice that I've talked to today. I'm hoping this energy keeps up throughout the day. I am working on my blue Pikmin. So I'm going to be here working and hopefully making lots of sales. They are girlfriends. Are Pikmin genderless? They're dating. They are married. Hello! We're doing a lot better than yesterday. We've been pretty consistently making sales. We've sold a couple bigger things. I finally sold my llama that I'm very happy about. I've sold enough stuff to be able to rearrange a little bit. I put some more stuff out. I did modify pricing just a little bit. There were a couple things that weren't, I think, really getting attention or were getting picked up and then put back down. So I did cut a couple prices. I guess a little bit of an early Sunday sale situation, but I probably will do some sort of Sunday sale tomorrow, mostly because I don't want to bring all this home. But traffic is definitely better today. People are definitely actually wanting to come and browse, and I've had really nice conversations with lots of people, and it's been really fun today. So I was a little grumpy yesterday, and I do still have some things that we will discuss later. But for now, I'm doing really good. And I'm pretty happy with where we're at. So, my Pikmin. I made the yellow Pikmin last night, and then I made the blue one today while I was here. And I immediately sold them both to the same person in the same transaction. So that was great. I now have no more Pikmin. I don't know if that did anything. I just woke up from a nap under the table, and I conked the fuck out. It was a much needed nap. Hi. Hello. You're gonna have to throw that on the ground.
I'll throw you on the ground at 6 o'clock.
It is 6 o'clock on the dot. Oh, it's 6:01 now. You failed. It's 6:01. We have an hour left before we close. Feel a lot better about today, but again, I also was asleep for an hour and a half, so I cannot report on everything, but we have in fact hit all of our costs back which is good.
And a little extra.
Yeah, not much, but we at least are in the clear and we're not in the negatives. So there's that. You were awake earlier while I took a nap. What happened? How have things been? What's your opinions about today versus yesterday?
It's been steady, still slower, but steady, and people have been spending more money. Yesterday we had a lot of people come through the booth. A lot is a stretch. We had people come through the booth, but it was like $2, $3, $4 purchases of the bracelets and stuff, which is fine, but it did not add up quickly. Today it's been like plushies more so, which is nice.
Yeah, we are still not doing as well as I was hoping, but there are still like 15 crochet people. So like, considering, I think we're doing fine. I did find out some interesting information because I am a nosy bitch who runs her mouth and talks to people. So apparently there were emails that were sent out about the show. They were just all marked as spam, and I wasn't aware that they were sending out emails, so I didn't think to check my spam folder because I didn't know that I was supposed to be doing that. So part of our bitching yesterday was about there not being a lot of communication, which there was, but there was also no communication about the fact that it was all going to spam. So I don't know if they knew.
Right, like we were constantly checking socials and other places where they contact people, and they didn't say anything about anything there. It was only an email that all got sent to spam.
Yeah, so we bitched a lot about the like load-in process and how annoying that was, and like how we didn't know what was going on at most points. And I do think some of that might have been mitigated through the emails that were sent to my spam folder, but not everything. So still annoyed. Also, apparently this is mostly run on like volunteer labor, and the most of the staff is not getting paid, which is also garbage.
We did another con like that where we did really good at this con, so I'm not going to name names, but yeah, the staff is all volunteer. For this for-profit thing is having volunteers work for them to organize. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me.
Anyway, today's been a lot better. I am still not like super happy with how everything is going, but there are things that are out of my control, like the fact that there are just so many crochet people here. Yesterday, I know I also heard a lot of bitching about like how many crochet vendors there were. I haven't heard that today. And again, like considering how many people that are here that have crochet stuff, and also just like how many people are here selling plushies in general, I think we're doing pretty good. I'm trying to make the best of a bad situation, and like it is what it is. I do think I am maybe going to run some Sunday sales, which I normally am not a Sunday sales girly. So I do think maybe I'm going to try some Sunday sales tomorrow, just so we don't have to pack up as much stuff and take it home. So we are here until 7. So at 7, we are packing up and leaving. Yesterday, we sat in the parking lot for like half an hour until we actually ended up leaving. So
She does already have a commission for tomorrow.
yeah, I guess I didn't talk about that, I don't think. I made the Pikmin earlier. I put them out and they immediately sold, both to the same person. And then they came by while I was asleep under the table and apparently wanted to ask if we could make a red one and a white one. So I have a commission tomorrow.
They're also really cool. They do balloon animals.
Yeah. So your candy's been doing very well.
It has. I need to make more like nerdy has-been stuff tonight because I think all of that is gone. Also, a lot of my profanity stuff is gone, so I will not have time to replace everything, but I'll try my best.
Okay, here we are, end of day 2. I did rearrange some stuff and I put out as much stuff as I possibly could. So I will probably not be making anything that I'm going to put out. So this might look exactly the same as the morning, but this is where we're at for the night. We're starting today off on a wonderful note because I just spilled coffee all over my skirt. Luckily, I did bring like a backup outfit and all of my clothes go together. So Luckily this skirt will be fine with this shirt. It doesn't look as cute as the pink one, but like it'll be fine. It's comfy and I'll make it work. Sharks! Okay, we are technically open, but here is the setup for the last day. There is my beautiful bug. Literally nothing's changed. I did crochet some stuff, but it's all like custom order pickup stuff. So this is what we're looking like. I did in fact do some Sunday sales. So yeah, we have a couple things on sale. I put a couple shelves on sale of some stuff over here too. So we'll see if it helps. Excuse me, do you have anything to say? Hello! It's about noon. We have been open for technically 2 hours, an hour and a half to the public. It's been slow. Honestly, it's very comparable to Friday. There are more people here than there were on Friday, but like sales-wise and stuff, it's definitely reminiscent of Friday. I've sold, I think, literally a single possum plushie, and that's it. I have one left, and that's all I've got. I do have someone coming to pick up the Pikmin order that I worked on last night / this morning. I don't know if I talked about that actually. Hold on. I made Pikmin. It was the person who ended up buying the blue and yellow ones yesterday asked me if I could also make the other ones. So I made a purple. He took me the longest because I had to freehand him, and I was playing real severe yarn chicken, but I won. I made the white one. Cute. And the red one to complete the original set. So I have someone coming by to pick those up later. So those aren't going out. Those are just staying back here. And then I am working on just like a couple miscellaneous things. I'm mostly just trying to see if I can like use up any small balls of yarn so that way I don't have to pack them in the car. I am very tired. I am very ready to go home. I really don't want to stay.
I wasn't listening.
Do you have anything you'd like to say?
I'm very tired, and I think we've made $10.
I did sell a Choco Cat bracelet though, so like, fuck yeah, Choco Cat. That's the highlight of my day. I don't know. That's all I got. Did you see those? This is over at 5 today. I don't think I've filmed anything since literally like 11 o'clock this morning, and that's because there's nothing to talk about. At least that I can talk about here.
Yeah, she's been running around doing recon all day. So we've been fairly slow. We've made a few sales. I think we've done better than we did on Friday. I think we're probably up a little above 200, maybe.
We were talking about it last night, and I said I thought we were going to do better than we did on Friday, but not by much. And so far, yeah.
I haven't done anything. I've been playing with slime all day.
I think we've showed off some of the other stuff we've bought, but we are booth neighbors. I think I showed them off earlier, I can't remember. But our booth neighbors make slime, and so we have bought a couple slimes, and we've also traded some little things for some slimes. So we have quite the assortment of slime. So that's been really fun.
We also got some stickers.
Yeah, I also got this guy. Love him. It's been, and that's really all I've got to say. I am over it. I'm so over it. We have been given a survey to fill out, but I am going to fill that out, and I'm not going to be nice because, like, I got some stuff to say.
I've been eyeing them all weekend, so I got a split. show the brand.
Okay, here we are. This is going to be our booth at the end here. Honestly, still have, I feel, so much inventory, but I am ready to pack up and go home. So I will talk to you later.
Your windshield's dirty as hell.
Oh. Okay. Currently the 28th of July, and I am finally getting around to editing this video because I was out of town and everything, and I wanted some space from it because honestly, this convention just sucked. I wanted to come on here and do sort of my normal like post-show thoughts and all of that jazz, but honestly, I don't really have much more to say other than I think everything I've already said in this vlog. I don't want to be mean and beat a dead horse just for the sake of producing content, but I think it's pretty clear from the vlog footage how I feel about this video and like how I feel about this convention and everything. I, absolutely not. Never again. Nuh-uh. There were a couple things that I realized I didn't touch on while I was editing this, and I wanted to just kind of come on and like talk about really quick. So we're doing this as just sort of a like very to the point, simple, whatever. First of all, we did actually end up getting a couple emails from the people who were running this convention. They just all went to my spam inbox, and there was no way for me to know that I actually was getting emails. Most people actually, I do not think, know that we were getting emails because we talked about it at the convention with our booth neighbors, and literally, I think our entire row of Artist Alley, everybody was like, wait, you got emails? And had absolutely no idea that there was information that they were trying to provide to us. And again, I understand that like that's not necessarily their fault, but we had a vendor portal. They had other ways to contact us. They have social media. There were never any posts that were made saying like, hey guys, we've been sending emails out to our exhibitors. Please check your emails. Please check your spam boxes. That's happened at other conventions that I've done. It's not a big deal. I understand technology is weird, and like when you're sending emails out to hundreds of people at a time, sometimes, yeah, it's going to get flagged as spam, and that's okay. But it's your job as the event organizer to make sure that the information you're trying to get out is actually getting out to the people that need it. We showed up literally not having any information, like at all. I ended up finding a little bit of information on a portal that was meant for purchasing like electric and internet for the show. And honestly, that had just about as much information as the exhibitor kit that was provided to us in the email that was sitting in my spam box the entire time. So I don't really think the email would have been that much help anyway, but like it would have been nice to have some form of communication with the people who were actually running the event. My timeline of events is that I paid my invoice on the 14th of January to actually vend at this show, which wasn't until July. Then I didn't hear anything until June 5th, which is when I got that email about purchasing like electric, internet, extra fixtures, things like that, which was, about a month out or so. And then I heard absolutely nothing until I literally showed up. And even when I showed up, there was barely any communication. None of the actual staff had any idea what was actually going on, and they couldn't answer any sort of questions about anything I needed, which should have also been included in this exhibitor kit. That was not. And even now, it's been about a week since the event ended, and I am just now going back and looking at this exhibitor kit that they provided us. There is no additional information in this exhibitor kit that I couldn't find on my own, on Google or from talking to somebody. All of the information in this page is very vague. It is not helpful in the slightest. The whole point of an exhibitor packet is to get everybody on the same page, make sure that everything runs smoothly. You are communicating to your vendors like everything that's going to be going on, how to make things run as smoothly as possible. There is nothing in this email that does that. It's literally just a document for the sake of having a document to say you provided something. But there is no real information in this. At least I do not feel that there is any additional information in this that was helpful. They did attempt to provide some sort of instructions and maps and things at the bottom of this document on how to get into some of the like places they talk about, but only one of the gates is labeled on the map. And there's so much going on. It's really hard to understand the Google Map screenshot. It doesn't exist on the maps. They give you some vague instructions on how to get there, but there's no map. So I still don't even know where that one is. They did provide a little bit more clarification about like how to use the loading docks and the marshalling yard and things like that. But reading this exhibitor kit, that is not what actually ended up happening, and that is not how things ended up going. It says on here that you need to get a pass, check in at the marshalling yard first, and then go to the loading gate. We didn't do that because we didn't know that we needed to do that. We were not turned away. We were let in before the people in the marshalling yard were, which I think is wrong. We shouldn't have been let in, but we didn't know. So I think we accidentally cut a bunch of people off in line that we didn't know about because, again, no signs or anything. And when we asked the gate attendant, they didn't know either. They said that this is just where we needed to be. We were supposed to be given some sort of dock pass. We weren't. We weren't given any sort of time frame about when we needed to leave or anything. We just were allowed to stay as long as we wanted, which, I mean, again, not really our fault. We didn't know. But if you're going to say that in this email and then you're not going to actually enforce that. Additionally, we ended up getting another email Thursday night, which, was after the load and stuff had already happened, saying on Friday, don't go to the marshalling yard, just go straight to the docks and, you can load in there and everything. There was still a line at the marshalling yard on Friday when we drove by. So clearly people didn't know that they weren't supposed to go over there. We didn't really talk a lot about loadout because I think we were mostly just ready to be done and to leave, but we did end up packing up a little bit early. We started packing up at about 4:40 or so, 4:45. We were just so ready to be done. And the email that we got on Saturday night was about the loadout process, but it literally just said to like, don't pack up before 5 and we're going to open the loading dock at 5. That was all the information that was provided about that. We did not go to the loading dock, spoilers. We actually ended up going around the front of the building, which is initially where we had to ask for help to find the loading dock in the first place. We weren't the only ones who did this. A lot of other vendors did this. And we were able to self-organize so much easier than anything that this convention had touched. We all played nice with each other. We worked together. Nobody was being mean to each other. Nobody was like trying to cut each other off. And it's sad when you have a bunch of people who are just not following your directions and are able to get out easier, faster, and with so much less hassle than if we had followed your instructions. When we ended up leaving at about 5:45 or so, it took us about an hour to get everything packed up in the car and everything. They still hadn't even opened the loading dock for people to get in and start packing up their stuff. We were told that they were going to open it promptly at 5, and they hadn't even opened it yet when we left, and it was almost 6 o'clock. So yeah, pack up was a lot easier because we didn't listen, which isn't how it should be. And normally I don't like to go against what, they say on how to pack up and where to be and things. I like to follow the rules when it comes to conventions, but for this one, no, absolutely not. Speaking of absolutely batshit exhibitor packet information, so I had brought this up in the actual vlog itself, but the exhibitor badges. I made a comment, I made a joke about I hadn't scanned this QR code because I kind of assumed it was useless. And it's honestly more useful than I thought it was going to be, but not for the actual reasons you would think it would be useful for. I'm going to hold this up and I will let you scan it if it will let you. If you want to read it, I will also be linking Google Docs and things if you're interested. You can go look at that as well. This QR code brings you to the Comic Convention 2024 exhibitor packet. Not 2025, 2024. The date is correct on this badge. It says 2025. This is not the exhibitor packet for this year. This packet is the most unprofessional thing I think I have ever read from a large corporate Comic-Con type convention. If this had come from a smaller market, more indie market run company, or like, a more alternative market that I vend at, I wouldn't have thought much about the language. However, this is coming from a corporate run Comic-Con. The language that's in this document is just so mind-boggling to me. I genuinely don't understand. Like, I guess maybe they were trying to be funny. But yeah, this is literally just like the most unprofessional thing I've ever read. I kind of feel like I am looking at like a draft of this document that wasn't supposed to be seen by anybody other than the like internal team writing it. But like, no, I'm looking at it like it's open in my browser. I have access to this for some reason. The other thing that I wanted to mention that I did not talk about was the fact that there were 23 other crochet artists in the artist alley. Now, granted, this was a bigger show, I will give it that. But when you have multiple customers and patrons making comments over the entire weekend about how much crochet there is, you have people who are rolling their eyes and scoffing and going, ugh, another crochet booth, and not even stopping to look at your stuff or any of your neighbor's stuff. That's a problem. There was an application that I had to fill out where I was supposed to provide links to my social media, pictures, things like that. I assumed this would have been a juried show. I don't think it was. I genuinely think they just admitted anybody who had something that looked fine. I really don't know what their parameters for letting people in was, but it took me forever to comb through my inbox and find this because it didn't actually come from like Atlanta Comic Convention. It came from the management company, which was Leap Event Technologies. And I looked and I had a couple other emails in my inbox from Leap conventions, notably AwesomeCon. AwesomeCon is affiliated with this management company, which I can't believe because I've heard so many amazing things about AwesomeCon. I've heard good things about the other events that are in the same circuit run by the same people as the Atlanta Comic Con. There is a video about Indiana Comic Con that is done by Katie, the Celestial Homebody, and she did great at that one. She had nothing but pretty much good things to say about her experience at Indiana Comic Con, which is also run by the same people. Personally, I am blacklisting myself from this company. I have no interest in doing any sort of event with people that are going to attempt to run a market this way. My girlfriend actually made a really good point, and I'm going to very loosely quote them. They said that if the convention's mentality is just getting as many vendors in the door and filling up as many spots as possible, that's not going to change between all of these different conventions, even if others are better run and people are making more profit at them. But anything that is affiliated with whatever the fuck happened at this show, I personally am taking a step back. and I will not be applying to any of these events or any of the like affiliated events because I'm not dealing with that again. Hi, I'm cutting in again. So I was editing this and I just realized. So I talked about AwesomeCon being affiliated with like the same management company or whatever, like being run by the same people, I think. I got waitlisted for AwesomeCon this year, which is fine. I mean, it ended up working out better anyway, but like I got waitlisted for that one. So clearly there is some sort of screening process that's happening cuz like if I got waitlisted for one and I got let into another, I'm not sure what the difference is, I guess, between like the people that are running AwesomeCon versus Atlanta Comic Con. I know I made a blanket statement about like kind of blacklisting myself from this management company or whatever, but they're all run by this like Leap Conventions or whatever. They're all in the same circuit and there are a bunch of other ones too. And I do still think I'm sticking to that. I'm just mostly really confused. I'm just so confused because AwesomeCon is in the DMV. It's in like DC. So I know that there have got to be so many crochet artists that applied because, you know, it's a big metropolitan area. And like, you know, we applied for it, but I live down here in South Carolina. So like I was just looking for an excuse to go back up there because like I want to go back anyway. Like I don't know how many crochet people ended up being at AwesomeCon this year. I didn't attend. I didn't go. But like if you are gonna have 23 in Atlanta, how many were there at AwesomeCon? Then like did you let like 75 in? Or did you only let 20 in there? Because like if you let the same number of crochet people in at a giant convention in DC versus a really slow one in Atlanta, make it make sense. I don't understand. Anyway, I'm gonna go back to talking about the crochet artist thing. I really don't know what their parameters for letting people in was, but 23 additional people with crochet stuff in the artist alley. So 24 with myself. And I know that there were at least 3 people over on the exhibitor side that had crochet items, one of which was a like Temu flower resale person. I don't have a final count for exactly how many booths had crochet stuff. I just know that a lot of people were unhappy about it, vendors and patrons. I don't mean this as any sort of hate or shade towards any of the other vendors that had crochet items at Atlanta Comic Con. None of us knew when we applied. I think we were all just really excited to have the opportunity to vend at a big show like this. There just simply was too much. It was too many crochet people. And even though we did have stuff that was different from one another, we're still all vending at a Comic Con, and there was still quite a bit of overlap between all of us. We all made things that were geared more towards the like Comic Con crowd. So, like, I can't even tell you how many booths that had Stardew Valley chickens and Junimos and the Loaf Cats. It's so hard to have anybody make any sort of decent profit when we're all overlapping with each other multiple times. And walking around the artist alley on Sunday, it did really feel like that. It felt like it was just mostly crochet stuff with a few like print people thrown in, and it wasn't fair to anybody. It wasn't fair to any of the artists. It wasn't fair to any of us crochet vendors. Most of us, I think, ended up breaking even and like maybe making a little bit of profit. But I know that there were some people who I talked to that said that they weren't going to be able to cover all their costs who did travel in from out of town. A lot of the local people said they were able to cover their tables, and that was about it. They really weren't making any profit, or they were worried about making their table back. We were lucky to be able to cover all of our costs, and we did end up walking away with like $200-ish worth of profit. But for a 3-day convention, that's just simply not worth it, at least in my book. The crochet vendors were not spaced out well. None of the vendors were spaced out well. They clumped everything that was similar together. It was clear that it was mostly just about filling space and looking full. And there was no thought given into any sort of placement of vendors. There was no thought about the curation of vendors, whatever jurying process they did or did not use. It was just a cash grab for the people running the event. And they really didn't care about the vendors, like at all. That was so clear. All in all, I genuinely don't really think I have anything positive to say about this like experience as a whole. The literal only good thing that I can say is that some of the people that I met there, vendors and patrons, were absolutely wonderful. I met a lot of really cool people, really nice people. That's, I think, literally all I can say. Everything else about this weekend was an absolute fuck, disaster, shit show. I don't have the words to describe how, like, relieved I am to never be going back to this show ever again. My girlfriend would like to add that there was also a trash can provided, and that was the highlight for them for this whole show, was that we were provided a trash can. Granted, we didn't get it back on Saturday. They took it away and we had to share with our booth neighbors. But we did get a trash can at least on Friday, and I think they gave us 2 on Sunday to make up for not giving us one on Saturday, which is the day I wanted the trash can because I was there the longest. But you know, that's fine. One good thing was taken from us. We were forsaken. And also the cookie that we got was really good, but I don't think that was affiliated with the con. That was just the vendor at the Congress Center. That cookie was really good. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope my misery made it worth it for you. If you were working on something, let me know. And until next time, I will be suffering in agony because I'm cramp prepping for another market